chose it for the inside. I was not happy with the outside at all. And so had thought I would probably end up painting it just to try to camouflage the way it looked. It was a kind of a faded out yellow, and they were the real big strips, and they were real hard, and some of those pieces, had been broken off, so there were jaggedy edges in places, not every place. And then it had a darker brown on the top. It looked dated, and it was just kind of like answered a prayer, because I didn't know anybody around who did siding or anything. I had no idea even how to approach getting it done. And here the doorbell rang, and there was this guy saying, "Are you thinking about changing your siding?" And I said, "You got to be kidding me." "Yeah, we are." The house is big on the outside, and I decided that I just wanted it to be classic, and so we went with the white and then trimmed it with the blue. Everything was it couldn't have been any better. Oh, they were great. We had 3 guys working. The head man was just delightful. They worked diligently. Any working hours they could work, they worked. And they were quiet, and they were polite. They were wonderful. And when it was time to leave, they cleaned up everything. They just did such a good job. I would have them again in a heartbeat. I haven't regretted a minute of it. Just has made a world of difference to the whole look of the house. If you just had a before and an after, you wouldn't even know it was the same house. It changed it that much. And I love the color of the shutters. They're not so dark that they look black. They truly look blue. And that's, the look I was going for. Well, I know that the neighbors all like it, so that's a real plus. And, you still get a real warm feeling when you drive up to the house. It's very homey, very comfortable. Sometimes Merle and I just look at each other and said, "We can't believe this is ours." We couldn't be happier. We really couldn't. And never dreamed that we would get to this point, that we'd have the house exactly the way we wanted it without even knowing that was exactly the way we wanted it, It was the right answer to making this house our home. So yeah, I'd recommend them. You're dependable. You guys did the right thing. We got what we wanted. And so we're thrilled. We couldn't be any happier. When you live in a rural community, sometimes you take what you can get and pray. And we took what we could get and had our prayers answered.